welcome to CodeSoft. In this video, we are going to see how we can sort an array that consists of zeros, ones, and twos. So let's get started. Now the problem statement says that we have an array, let's say as the given array is 102, 021, 002. Now this array consists of only zeros, ones, and twos. We have to sort it so that the output looks like that first zeros should come, then ones, then twos. So at this stage, I would request you to pause the video and try the question on your own. If you're not able to solve, then please have a look at this video. Right. Now looking at the question, you might be thinking that this is a normal sorting problem. We can apply any algorithm, sorting algorithm like merge sort, which is an efficient one, and our problem should be solved, right? But the problem here is that this question is meant to be solved in O of n time, and the merge sort is basically solves the problem in O of n log n time, right? So what do we do here is that we apply something similar to counting sort. We count the occurrences of each element. Let's say we count the occurrence of 0 in it, we count the occurrence of 1 in this, and we count the occurrence of 2 in this. And if we talk about this question, our 0 is coming 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. So we save that 0 is coming 4 times and then in a variable, and we create another variable. We save the occurrences of 1, that is 2, and we save the occurrences of 2, that is 1, 2, and 3. So in three different variables, we save the occurrences of each number, and after that we go to the original array again and replace first four digits with zeros because four times zero is occurring in the array, right? And then after that we replace the next two element with one because one is coming twice, and in the end the last three elements we will just replace it with two. So this is what the algorithm is. If I talk about the logic in some written terms, we create three variables A, B, and C, each to store the frequency of zeros, ones, and twos respectively. After that, we loop through the array and increment the frequency of all the elements. So whenever we encounter a zero while looping through the array, we will increment the frequency of A. And whenever we will encounter 1, we will increment B. Similarly, on encountering 2, we will increment C. So when we have looped through the array and after the completion of traversal, we will have the exact values of frequencies of 0, 1, and 2 in ABC, right? At that point, first A element we can replace it with 0, next B element with 1, and the last C elements with 2. And that's it, our array is sorted. So let's go to our editor. So I have created the same array here, and the n here is n9 because there are 9 terms in it. So let's go for the problem. So first we will create three variables. Let's just name them something logical. It should be, let's say, count of 0, count of 1, and count of 2. So these three variables will store the counts of 0, 1, and 2. Initially, they all will be 0 because we have not started the traversal yet. So we can just declare them 0 initially, right? So after this, what we have to do is we need to traverse the array. So for traversal, what we will do, we will start a loop from I equal to 0 less than n I plus plus, and through this, now what we will do is that we will increment the values of each element 0, 1, and 2. So what we will do is we will check that the coming element, that is ARI, whether it is 0. If it is yes, if it is 0, we will increment count of 0 and we will increment it, right? Similarly, if this is not the case, we will check whether that value is equals to 1. If that is the case, then we will increment the ARR 1, the count of 1, correct? And if else, in the else case, if the both the cases are failing, we will just increment the count to variable. So what I am doing is I am looping through the array, checking if the element from the array is 0. If that is the case, just incrementing the 0th count or the frequency of 0. Similarly for 1, and if both of the cases are failing, then I'll increment 2's, right? So at the end of this, at here, all the frequencies have been stored, correct? Right. So now we have stored all the frequencies. So our expected answer would be that count of 0 would now be 4, count of 1 will be 2, and count of 2 will be 3 as per our example, right? Now what we have to do is we have to replace the first count 0, that is first 4 values with 0, then the next 2 values with 1, and the last 3 values with 2, right? So for that we'll just loop again once, and we will check for the first 4 values or first count 0 values. So first count 0 values we can access through this, that I is less than count 0, right? In this case we can just put our ARRI as 0. Now else if, now what we have to do is we have, so if we look at the question from 0 to 3 index, our numbers will be placed as 0. Now from 4th to 5th index, what we have to do, we have to place 2, we have to place 1 in it, right? Because we are having count 1 as 2. So what we will do is that when I is greater than equal to count of 0, that is when I is greater than 4 or equal to 4, and I is less than count 0 plus count of 1. So this will actually be 4 plus 2 6. So what I am doing is I am checking if our I is greater than equal to 4 and less than 6, we will just place our ARRI as 1, correct? And if this both the cases are failing, then our ARRI simply goes as 2, correct? So again explaining, what we are doing is from here we are picking up first 0 to 3 values, or you can say 0 to third index, and placing 0 in it, and from 4th to 5th index we are placing 1 in it, and in the remaining 6 7 and 8th index we are placing the value as 2. So if I now print the array, so I can just print the array once to check whether it is actually sorted or not, and let's just save the file, okay, and build the code. So you can see 4 zeros, 2 ones, and 3 twos. So our array is actually sorted, and we have got the result that we were expecting. So I hope the logic is clear and the question was clear to you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to add more Festoons into your knowledge garland. Until then, please keep subscribing. Thank you.